Welcome to Field of View with Nerd Street Gamers, your weekly dose of gaming news. I'm Darth Mike coming to you live from the Winterhold Mages College, and I've been pouring through some arcane tomes, and along the way, found some tidbits for you folks, so let's get into it. Starfield is going to be a Microsoft platform exclusive, according to tweets from GameSpeed's journalist Jeff Grubb, and that is bad news if you're a Sony fan. It's the next massive RPG adventure from Bethesda Game Studios, and it's a new sci-fi IP that should break new ground for their games, and that has the fans very excited. But if you play on PlayStation, well, you might just be in the wrong galaxy to enjoy it. It's not that surprising that Microsoft would make this an exclusive. After all, they did just spend billions acquiring Bethesda Game Studios, and you don't spend billions on a studio to hand their games to your competitors. But there was some hope from fans that this one might slip through the cracks. After all, existing Bethesda games that are coming out now are still going to be available on PlayStation. Games like Deathloop and Starfield had been announced 2 years ago, so there was some hope there. But it's not to be. Microsoft is packing up their toy chest, taking them all home as well, and if you want to play Starfield whenever it does release, you better have an Xbox or you better have a PC that can run it. Mario Golf Super Rush drops on June 25th for the Nintendo Switch, and it's bringing with it a fair few new game modes. Especially one where Nintendo apparently looked at the game of golf, looked at the gaming trends of the last few years, and thought, Battle Royale? Golf? Well, there's a match made in heaven. Seriously, there's a Battle Royale mode called Battle Golf, where you drop in with a bunch of your friends and battle to sink the first 3 holes. And the holes disappear after you get the ball in, and there's items, abilities, dashes, battling through. It's gonna be madness incarnate. It is a very strange concept and idea. They already had a race mode called Speed Golf, where you race to get your ball into the hole as quickly as possible. Stroke number, who cares? Now there's a Battle Royale. This is strange, crazy, mad, and probably gonna be a lot of fun. So be sure to check out the game when it drops on June 25th. Fall Guys developer Mediatonic had a big oopsie this past week, and I'm not talking about falling off of the course. Instead, I'm talking about them shipping the source code for the game with an update to the game to Steam. And that is a big ouch. They accidentally shipped a folder that's labeled, "Back up this file, do not ship it with your game." And apparently they didn't follow the instructions too well because they shipped it with the game. Now their source code is out there for the world to see. They've since deleted the files, obviously, and removed them, but once it's out, it's out. Nothing ever leaves the internet. The horses have left, there's no use closing the barn door. And that's a big problem for a game like Fall Guys that struggled with hackers in the past, with beans flying through the air and speed running the course. They all but ruined the experience. Now those same hackers have access to the source code. Who knows what they can do? So if you're playing Fall Guys over the coming weeks, keep your eyes out for some extra naughty beans who aim to misbehave. Well, it's not Starfield, but it is something. Sony has applied for a patent for a system that will allow the wagering of physical currency, virtual currency, or in-game currency on esports competitions. And that's kind of fascinating. We already saw that Sony was making a tilt towards esports with their acquisition of the Evo fighting game tournament this past year, but now we see an application for a betting system patent, and we can kind of get an idea for where Sony's thoughts lie. Betting systems are notoriously tricky to implement though, because you've got different legal systems to deal with, different morality systems even to deal with when it comes to sports betting, and you have to apply this around the world. Still, if they could come up with a way to have a client where players can hang out in-game client, watch competitions, and wager in-game currency or real currency on the games, it'd be a great way to enhance engagement both with the esport and through the esport with the game itself. It's a neat idea. We'll have to see if this one does go anywhere. Frequently, video game company patents don't. But this is one to put a mental pin in and check back in on later. That's it for this week on Field of View with Nerd Street Gamers, your weekly dose of gaming news. Now I've got to go. Jazargo gave me these flame scrolls and asked me to test them out, so I'm gonna... Oh God!